back to the APF Sports Show, where we dive deep into the future stars of sports, the ones who are right in the game even before they hit the big league. I'm your host, Coach D, and today we're talking speed, mindset, and what it takes to dominate when the lights are brightest. My guest today is one of the top wide receivers in the country, straight out of St. John Bosco, a national powerhouse pedigree program. He's one of the fastest and focused, and he's not just chasing rankings, he's chasing greatness. Please welcome Madden Williams. What's up, bro? How are you, man?
Coach, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. My God, thank you for pulling up today and having this conversation with me, man. It's been a long time coming, man.
Yes,
man. Dude, we've been knowing each other since you were, what, 6th, 7th grade, something like that?
Yeah, I think right after, I think during COVID and then right after.
Yeah, that's right, man. No, before it motivates. So this was way before COVID hit. Probably like 2017, 18 time frame, man.
Yes, sir.
So I've seen the journey that you've been on, man, and you'll be able to give the people listening, more insight of what that journey has been like, man.
Yes,
but I've known firsthand. And I knew you were going to be special, leading up to where you are now, man.
Yes, sir.
But like I said, I'm honored to have you on, my guy. And let's dive into this podcast, man.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
All right, let's get it. Okay, so the first thing I want to know, and once you let the people know they'll be watching, in a nutshell, in about 30, yeah. All right, we'll edit that part out, yeah, okay. All right. In a nutshell, can you let everybody know in about 30 seconds to 45 seconds or so, who is Madden Williams, man?
I'll just say Madden Williams, he's definitely a character. He's definitely one who's all about the work, but also knows how to turn that switch on and off. I could definitely be a funny guy, but I could also be super serious about my business. And I feel like just throughout high school and throughout youth ball, being able to figure out kind of where I fit in and like kind of figuring out what my role is and being able to understand that God has a plan for us all and that we all just have to be able to stick to that script that God has put in front of us and being able to obviously work out hard. You got to be able to put in that work to be able to get to where you want to go.
Absolutely. So you said something that really stood out, and you mentioned God.
Yes,
and not everybody is religious and everything, but I am. I believe in God. I believe He created everything. And being that you're deep rooted and said, God has this for me, God has that for me, lets me know that, from how I was raised, you're on the right path like you should be on,
yes,
man.
Sir.
So, one of the probably the biggest advice I can always give you is never detour away from that and stay keeping God in your life. It's going to take you further, man.
100%.
Please keep doing that, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right, my dude. Okay, man, let's really dig into this thing now, man. So let's start out at the top of this thing, okay? So St. John Bosco is a factory with elite talent. What does playing for them really teach you about discipline, pressure, and performance, man?
I would say definitely going into Bosco, my 8th grade, going into my freshman year, I had high expectations for myself. I understood that varsity was definitely a challenge to get to, but it was my goal, and being able to reach that goal was definitely an accomplishment for me. And I feel like a lot of kids nowadays want to go there and they expect to be given stuff when I'm like, that's not how it was for me. Freshman year on varsity, I didn't have a single catch all season. Like I was able to play special teams and do what I needed to do for the team to win, and that was just my goal, to be able to get on the field and be able to showcase my effort to the coaches to where next year, translated, I was a starter, and I think I had 50 catches. So being able to do that and being able to work up, like you can't be expecting to be given everything from the jump. And I feel like Bosco does a great job of that and ensuring that the kids are going to be able to work hard and they get the right kids in there, the ones that want to work hard and aren't expecting stuff to be handed out to them.
Absolutely, man. Perfect. And I remember back, a few years ago, we talked about you, going into Bosco. You said you just always felt like they did a better job of developing you, developing you, not necessarily giving you things because of who you are, but they really want to develop you and put you in position where you need to be.
Yes, sir.
And you just said that they did exactly what you felt like they needed to do, right?
100%.
So that's amazing, man. Okay, now you're surrounded by D1 guys every day there. And like you said, it's a national pedigree program, right? How do you stand out in a room full of killers, basically?
I would say what makes me different is just my attitude for the game. I would say coming into it, like I go out on the field every day ready to basically murder whoever's in front of me in a type of way where it's like we can be friends outside of football, but the second we step on that field, like unless we playing in the same color, like I look at you as the enemy, like I gotta do what I gotta do to be able to go win. Absolutely. And I feel like you just have to have that mindset every day. You have to have the person across from you having that same mindset. That's only gonna make you better. Iron sharpening iron.
Absolutely.
So I feel like at Bosco we do a great job of that, where we'll be friends the whole school day, but the second 2:45 hit and we step out on that field, like we not friends till 5:20.
Yep, absolutely. And I absolutely admire that because I feel like, you know, in sports today, and you know, just could be me being, you know, just from I'm not old, I'm only 37 years old, but being from a older generation, you know, we can be friends, like you said, outside of the sport, but when we step on the court, the field, whatever it is that we own, we're enemies right now.
100%.
And I feel like we get too caught up in today's game where kids are too much want to be friends with each other. Even in a game of football, football is violent. Right? 100%. You can't be friends with anybody, even if they're your friends outside of it. You have no friends when you step on that court, the field, and everything like that. You both are killers, and like you said, iron sharpens iron, man. So you got to have that mindset, especially in a program like Bosco.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, now let's talk about your mentality, man. You got the talent, but what separates guys who make it from the ones who don't? Is it all upstairs, like mentally? What is the mindset going into every practice, every rep, every Friday night, you know, game that you do? What you know? Can you tie that in together for me?
I would say that key word is complacency. I would say people tend to get complacent. They tend to get comfortable in the position that they're in. You can never be comfortable. Like for me, my mindset from freshman year to sophomore year was different from my mindset from sophomore year to junior year, and that's different from my mindset from this year coming into this next season. Like freshman year to sophomore year, my mindset changed from, oh, I just want to play on varsity to I want to start on varsity. And my mindset from sophomore to junior was I want to start on varsity to I want to be the best player on the offense. And this year my mindset has changed to I want to be the best player on the field at all times, and I want to do what's going to prepare me for college. So you have to be able to not be complacent. You have to be able to have the right mindset. You have to have a goal, I feel like, before every season that you keep. That every time you have two-a-days or you have a hard practice, like you got to remember that goal and you got to remember the reason why you're doing it.
Absolutely, absolutely. You said something about, you know, changing your mindset, giving yourself new goals, basically throughout each year that you do, and not being complacent, right? That's what it helps you get better, right? Because if you keep the same goal, I mean, the end goal is you winning it all. That would never change, and that's always going to motivate you. But if you come in with the same mindset, oh, you know, I want to get better with catching when you already can catch the ball.
Exactly.
I mean, how are you really getting better?
100%.
You know, it's other things that you got to work on.
Yeah,
you know
there's definitely team goals and then there's personal goals.
Absolutely.
Like obviously the team goal be winning the whole thing, but personal goal, you got to have a goal for yourself that you want to work on every year that's going to push you to get better, not just something minimal.
Yep, 100%, 100%. Okay, now, social media is loud, rankings come and go. How do you keep your nose out of all that stuff and stay locked in?
Yeah, I would just say for me personally, like obviously rankings-wise, you can't control the rankings. I've had this conversation with many people. Like I can't control where people rank me. It's people that never play football that are ranking people. So I don't personally get too invested in it because I know no matter how hard I work or anything, like I'm not gonna be the one that can be like, I know I'm number one, so put me at number one.
Absolutely.
So I just feel like I gotta do what I do every day and hope that the right people see that. And ultimately, colleges aren't gonna necessarily look at rankings. They're gonna be able to look at your play and be able to see if they can see you.
Okay.
Let me just restart from the.
If you can remember it, Tor, I'm gonna try to. If you can remember, just in a nutshell, ain't gotta be exactly the same, but we'll get it out there. I don't just the fire testing they doing today. So in a nutshell, if you can pick up on the same question. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it.
Obviously, I can't control the player rankings. I can't control where people that have never played football rank me. So I just have to be able to go out there and do what I do every time, and just hope that colleges see that, which obviously they have, and being able to just continue to put that work down and just being able to continue to work.
Absolutely. I love it, man. I love it. And like you said, I think you mentioned that you have people who never played football that are ranking you.
Yeah.
That's outside noise, man. You can't control it,
can't
man.
control it.
Yep, can't control it. And then, you know, in real talk, everybody has an opinion, but you look at some opinions like, bro, come on, man. Like, you've never played any type of competitive football, and you're trying to rank me and tell me what type of receiver I am.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, I agree with you on that, man. Okay, now let's get into playmaker breakdown. I know you're definitely one of the top playmakers at your position. Let's talk about what's your X factor at receiver. That'll be the first question I want to ask you. What's your X factor at receiver?
I would say my X factor is definitely just one-on-one, like jump ball, like the balls in the air is probably mine, to be honest. And I feel like what I do best is just being able to create separation from a DB and being able to get off the line. Obviously, I wouldn't say that I'm the very fastest receiver ever, but I would say I'm not a slow receiver either. Like, I'm able to run past DBs, and I feel like what works at receiver is how quick and twitchy your movements are. Like, you don't have to be a 4.2, 4.3 blazing speed, but if you can make every route look the exact same at full speed, then you're doing the thing right. Like, that's why I was just at this Justin Jefferson camp last weekend, and Justin Jefferson never ran a 4.2, 4.3. In high school, he ran a 4.8, 4.9. But he was able to make every route look full speed the same time. And I feel like that's what I took away from his, was that you have to make every route look 100% every time, and it's about the specific movements that you do. You don't have to do a whole lot of extras. You just have to get right into the route and get on the DB's toes.
That's dope. So I'm going to get into that camp after I ask you these couple questions. So now, what do you bring to the field that corners can't deal with, though?
I would say what I bring to the field that corners can't deal with is just physicality. I would say definitely in the run block game and just off the line, like being able – DBs, like, I feel like I'm stronger than any DB I'll ever face, so being able to use that to my advantage is good. And then also just quick and twitchiness, just being able to, any DB, like, lined up in front of me, I usually don't try to let him get hands-on, don't let him touch. So being able to do that is definitely an advantage.
Gotcha. Okay, I love it. So your physicality, being able to body up a DB, anybody that get on you. Okay, gotcha. You have faith in your abilities, right? And you work with Dylan Bradley, right?
100%.
And so Dylan was on here for the last episode, man, and he brought up some of the same points you said about the twitchiness and everything, being able to run your routes the same, but still creating that separation. Like I said, you don't have to be 4.4, not 4.4, but 4.2, 4.3, 40.
Yeah.
It's all about you running your routes the same
100%.
and creating that separation like you need to. Okay, now let's get to the Justin Jefferson camp. How was that experience, man?
That experience, it was mind-blowing. Just being able to be with guys like him, being able to be with guys like his coach, Coach McCardell, who's the coach at the Vikings right now.
That's awesome.
And being able to hear from certain guys just about how they were able to get to the league and the advice that they gave to me.
Yep.
And being able for me to translate that from day one to day two and being able to put in action and see the results right away, it was just mind-blowing at how quick I was able to pick that up from them and be able to translate it.
Yeah, they're at an elite level,
100%.
you know, for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. The advice they gave you is things that they practice
Every day.
thousands of reps, you know what I'm saying, hours, right? And so being that they were able to drop those gems to you and you were able to put them in play, it should put in perspective to you know, your capabilities and who you are and what you're going to be able to do, right? You know what I'm saying? And you won MVP for that, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's dope, man. So was that the first one that they done?
That was the first one that they've ever done. So for me to be able to win MVP of that is definitely a great honor. And being able to just have Justin Jefferson himself present it to me and have him view me as the best receiver there was definitely, I would say, that's definitely one of my favorite moments ever so far.
That's dope. Justin Jefferson, my guy, you watching this? If you do watch this, I got to get you to sit down with me as well too, man. That's dope, man. My God. Okay, now let's get to the next part, man. Give us a memory. Give us a memory that you knew that you were built different. It could have been a play in any type of play. It could be high school. It could be youth ball. I don't know. But give me a play or memory that stood out to you, or training that, like, you know, like damn, like yo.
I would just say I'd give two. I'd say sophomore year playing on ESPN. My first game playing on television. My second start ever in high school, being able to go for like 7 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown.
Who did y'all play on?
We played against St. Thomas Aquinas.
St. Thomas.
And at the time, they had 4 DBs all committed D1. So for me to be able to go against all senior 4 and 5 star DBs committed D1 And to be able to do what I did, I definitely was like, all right, I can really do this football
I think I'm this guy.
I think I'm this guy.
Yeah.
And then I would say last year against Sierra Kane, I went for 10 catches, like 252 yards.
I remember that game.
I feel like I feel like that really solidified in my mind, like I'm the best receiver, like in the country in my mindset.
That game that you brought up against Sierra Canyon, I remember specifically that game, and I remember telling my son DJ, like, yo, there's a Madden coming out party right here.
Yeah.
This is it. That did it. That game did it. Not saying that you wasn't gonna have one, but that game, like you said, solidified it right there, man. And so that was, to me, when you brought that up, I knew that was gonna be the moment for you, man.
Sir.
So that's dope. Okay, let's get to the road ahead. Recruiting. You're committed to Texas A&M University. What was the road for recruiting like for you, man?
For me, recruiting started early. I picked up my first 2 offers in the summer of my 8th grade year. And then most of my freshman year, I didn't really receive a whole lot of traction until probably the end of the spring. We had a showcase, and I did really good in that showcase, and I ended up picking up like 10 or 11 offers right after that showcase. So being able
going into your freshman year,
going into my sophomore year, at the end of my freshman year, I picked up 10, 11 offers from big schools too, like Oregon, Texas, Notre Dame, Washington. So definitely being able to get that traction, and then taking that into sophomore year and being able to start and continue balling, that traction turned into 20 offers, 30 offers. So eventually now I'm at 35 offers. So being able to be a guy who's getting recruited by colleges, like it's definitely a lot on you mentally too, from the fact that once that June 15th date hits your junior year, they can start texting you and calling you. And I would just say at first for me, it was a little overwhelming. Like I wasn't used to all that.
I believe you.
So being able to, I would say, control that and not let it overwhelm you is going to be the biggest thing. Because I feel like I definitely let it overwhelm me at first, but then talking with my parents, talking with everybody, my close group, just being able to kind of control that and bring it to where it wasn't so overwhelming for me.
Absolutely. And you had well, first off, dude, you're still a kid, right?
Exactly.
So getting all that type of attention right out the gate it's only natural that it's going to overwhelm you, right? It's human. You're human, bro. But being that you had your dad and your mom there to give you the best advice, to keep you level-headed, to do things like that, that really, it helps you in the process, like you said, man. And a lot of kids don't have that support system,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? They only have maybe a dad at home, or they only have a mom. And being that you're able to hear the pros and cons from both parents, it definitely helps you.
I feel like definitely, like both of them, they've been such a great support in my life, and being able to have them with me this whole way has definitely been great for me, and being able to look at them as an influence and being able to get their advice, what they did wrong too, and what they don't want me to do wrong, being able to have all of that in my life, having them both at home has definitely been a great.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. It's always a bigger blessing to have both parents at home, and I'm not knocking kids who are unfortunate to only be with one parent for different type of circumstances, right? But being, like I say, it just brings everything, makes everything that much greater because you have both parents there giving you their viewpoints on what they did wrong and what they did right, so they can help you, so you won't make those same mistakes, okay? Now, when you pick Texas A&M like we talked about, what stood out about them that like made you like, yo, damn, like this is home?
I would say for me, what stood out the most was the family aspect. Being able to where when I first went there, like right away, I knew this was the place that I want to be. Like the people that they have there, the coaches, the staff, the people in the city, and just the games, like 105,000 there every game, like everybody comes to support football there. And I feel like definitely that's what a whole lot of what I was looking for. And then the relationship I have with the coaches, Coach Wiggins, who's my receiver coach, being able to have him be from LA and kind of understand where I'm from, and being able to have that open line of communication with him. And what he's done, he used to coach at Alabama when they had Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith,
so he had
Jalen
some dogs
Waddle.
there.
He had J-Mo. He's had a lot of dudes go first round. Him and Coach Hartline at Ohio State. They're the top 2 receiver coaches right now that have had first round draft picks. So definitely being able to have that and being able to learn from him and what he has to offer.
That's the pedigree you got, man.
That's the pedigree I got, and that's what I want. And then being able to go into the SEC too, play in the South, play against the best of the best every day. Like when I've talked with some GMs already from the NFL, like that's what they wanted to see, like going up against the best all the time. Because in the NFL, you're gonna be going against the best every week.
Every week, man.
So being able to have that already in college is going to prepare you.
Absolutely, yeah. You mentioned I want to touch up on the SEC. Get an offer to go play in the SEC. Go play because you're going to be battle tested. You're already coming from the Trinity League, which you're going to be battle tested. Go get battle tested even more going to the SEC. And then I'm not knocking any other conference because there's some great conferences out there.
100%.
But it's known, man. It's just known that the SEC is just different, man.
Yes,
and you brought up about the family feel that you felt there, man.
100%.
Was it? And I know you mentioned the receiver coach.
Yeah.
He's from LA, right?
100%.
He's from there, and so that connection. Do you think that kind of?
I think that connection is that connection for sure played a part. But I feel like also the rest of the coaching staff too, very warm, very welcoming. Every time I go there, everybody, like even for my birthday, I don't know if you saw, but I posted on Instagram, like the whole team
I saw it,
said happy birthday, and I'm like, that was big to me, because it's like they didn't have to do that, but like everybody on the team and every coach too said happy birthday, so it's like just the family aspect that they got there is one of none.
That's dope, man. Before we get to that part, what's the coach's name again?
Coach Wiggins.
Coach Wiggins. All right, shout out Coach Wiggins, man, for what you're doing, man. Keep up the work, bro. Now, you mentioned that, they went out their way to, shout you out on your birthday, bro. That's just different. Like you said, that's family feel, man.
Family right there.
And I tell everybody that I've worked with, athletes that come on to the show who are not in a position yet like you are, but I tell them, like, they ask me about recruiting. And I said, from my experience and what I want to, would tell my kids, what I would tell you, you want to go somewhere where it feels like family.
Exactly. My pops always told me this. He said, love who loves you.
Yeah.
So, like, if a school is showing you love, like, show that love back. But if a school wants you and doesn't need you, there's a difference. There's a difference between being needed and being wanted.
Yes, sir. 100%.
So 100%.
That's for every aspect in life.
Exactly.
If it's, whether it's sports, relationship, whatever it is, business, like you said, it's a difference between that, right, man? That's dope. And I'm glad that you're able to see that. And you, like I said, you had mom and dad who told you that as well, too. So
100%.
you're prepared for it, man. Okay. Now, when you're in, you're everywhere on social media right now. And it's only going to intensify, especially after this year, your senior year. And then as you go off to A&M and you start posting, you're practicing and playing in A&M, it's only going to intensify, right?
100%.
So what would be your message to kids that look up to you, that you've talked to already? What's the message to them that want to be in your position one day, or maybe a year or two out from being in your position? It could be a kid that's 8 years old. What is your message to them?
I would say the message is keep your head down, keep working. Like, don't expect anything to be handed to you. Like, nothing in life has ever really been handed to me. I've had to obviously work for everything. Like, people at first when I went to Bosco, they're like, why are you going to Bosco? Like, why not go somewhere where you could play earlier? And I was like, I don't want anything handed to me. Like, I want to be able to go work for what I got and being able to go prove to everybody how good of a player I really am. And so I would just say, if you're coming up in this process, like, don't take anything for granted either. Like, everything that comes your way is a blessing, even if it's just the opportunity to work out with like guys like me or other high school guys if you're younger. Just being able to take that and kind of learn from us and or learn from older guys too. That's what I still do. Like, I'll work out with college and NFL guys and learn from them what I have to do to get better. So I feel like definitely don't sleep on any of those opportunities and get whatever you can out of it.
Get whatever you can out. I love it. I love it. Okay, now let's get to this part of it, man. I got some rapid fire questions I want to ask you. When I ask you this question, give me the first thing that comes to your head. If you kind of want to elaborate on it, I want to elaborate a little bit on it, okay? So let's talk about, obviously, being a receiver. What's your favorite route to run?
I would say, me personally, I would say either a post or a post corner.
So you like the deep ball?
I like the deep ball.
You want the deep ball?
You gotta go deep.
Yeah. So you want that deep ball to hit top somebody?
I want to get the crowd. I want to get the crowd going. That's what I feel like. Anytime I get the crowd going, you gotta go to the stands. You gotta get everybody.
But hyped. That's what receivers are known for,
That's
right?
what we're known for. as they say, defense wins championships, but offense sells the tickets. Like, we're the ones that get everybody in the building. We're the ones that get everybody hyped to be there.
Absolutely. And I'm going to be honest with you, too, man. As much as I do love and respect defensive players,
there's something different about being on offense.
Something different, man. Yeah, something different about being on there, man. Okay, now, who's the best wide receiver in the NFL right now? You got to go and throw it out there.
I got to go say Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson? Okay, my boy. And now, are you a little bit biased because he gave you the
I would say, okay, I don't know if you saw that, I just posted on Instagram like this morning, but at the camp, they had asked questions, they had asked me, and he was sitting right next to me, and I'm like, I can't say that, that's a little bit, that's glazing just a little bit, so I said Jamar Chase, but like, in all honesty, I would say Justin Jefferson probably been my favorite receiver since seeing him at LSU, going to the league. Definitely, the whole gritty that he hit, like once he hit that, I was like,
that's my guy. That's my guy right there. That's my guy, man. That's dope, man. That's dope. Okay, now, everybody has like a pregame song that you listen to. Now, let's do a little bit different. Give me one song that kind of like mellows you out, then one song that like amps you back up and get ready for the game.
I would say mellows me out. I would say probably Free Mind by Thames. You know, it's a good like just being able to like calm you down and kind of a little R&B, a little soul vibe. But then also if I want to get turned, I'll listen to either Youngboy or probably.
Of course you listen to Youngboy.
Either Youngboy or probably First Day Out by T Grizzly.
Yo, there's something about that T Grizzly First Day Out.
Something about that song.
It hit out. Yeah, it hit. Even with Youngboy, I don't care if it's, you know, with self-control, whatever it is, it's something about Youngboy.
It's something about just like the beat and everything. It just gets you going.
Yeah, Youngboy raps angry, and I like Youngboy a lot, man. I do, man. Okay, now, I know you mentioned earlier about you felt like you're stronger than any DB that you probably would go against or face, right? But who has been like the hardest DB that you faced? It don't have to be DB. It could be, you know, I guess safety, linebacker. I don't know. You know.
I'll give three people that I'd say. 7 on, I went up against Xavier Brown and Elias Ricks.
Who is that? Give him a shout out.
Xavier Brown, he's at Alabama right now.
Okay.
Elias Ricks, he's at Georgia right now.
Okay.
And then I would say during the season going up against Kingston Biliamuasa from Bosco. He's a linebacker, so when I was playing in the slot my freshman year, going up against him, it was definitely a challenge. And it helped me a lot, though, to know what his like strengths were and kind of how to avoid bigger guys but still be able to use my strength against littler guys. So it definitely taught me a little bit of mix of both. And I would say right now, I'd say Jalen Hill and probably Josh Holland at Bosco, being able to go up against them and kind of, both of them are lanky DBs, both of them are like 6'3", so being able to, and that's what I'm expecting I'm going to see in the SEC too. So that's preparing me this whole year for what I'm going to end up seeing there. So I would say definitely those two at Bosco right now.
Gotcha. Is there anybody is there a DB that you're looking to go against, looking for a challenge this year?
We don't play them, but I was going to say my boy Zayden Gamble from St. Thomas Aquinas. He's a really good DB.
Okay.
My boy Aiden Pouncey, he's from Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
I've played against some of those guys on the circuit. So definitely not playing them against either one of them, but those definitely are a challenge every time I go up against them.
Is there anybody on schedule this year that you're looking forward to?
I would say this year.
Any team that you're looking like?
We play St. Francis. I would say my boy Jair Edwards, he's a safety.
Okay.
5-star, so definitely being able to go up against him.
Okay.
Kind of get that battle. He might be going to A&M. Hopefully, if he's watching this, you know to come home. So definitely.
Okay.
That would be a good matchup that we can see hopefully in the future at practice. Too.
Y'all play Bishop Gorman this year?
We don't play Bishop Gorman this year.
Don't play him this year. Okay. What about the team from Hawaii?
We play not Kahuku.
Y'all don't play Kahuku?
St. Louis from Hawaii.
Okay, St. Louis. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Man, my guy, Madden, like I said, I've been knowing you, you know, man, the days when you used to come train down in Orange County.
Yes, sir.
At a place called Motivate. Used to cry sometime with training. You know, me watching you, giving you coaching points there. Just watching what you develop into, man, has been like a highlight for me because I knew, you know, that you were going to do that. I knew it. You know, I knew just from watching you and the way you did embrace the suck is what they say, man. Even though you cried sometimes, you know, but you grew out of it and you became a young man is what we say now, man. So watching you develop the way that you develop into has been, like I said, a highlight for me, bro. so proud of you, man, the young man that you've become.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to be even more proud of you as you go to the Texas A&M circuit, playing the SEC. Then, you know, you do your 3 years there. Then, you know, God's willing, if Coach G's still alive, you know, and I pray that you know, be one day get your name called, walk across the stage to go play in the NFL.
Yes,
just stay the course, keep guiding your life, man,
100%.
and everything will continue to work itself out, man. I appreciate you. I know y'all in practice right now. Yeah, you know, so I appreciate you coming down straight out of practice, man, as you're prepping for your senior year. Man, you joined me at SoFi Stadium, man. I appreciate you, man.
Might be here one day.
You may be here one day, man. So
Yes,
wherever
sir.
you at, man, I'm definitely going to come watch you play for sure, man. But I want to give a shout out to SoFi Stadium for having the APF Sports Show. Shout out Dave Meltzer for allowing me to come in and record here as well. Madden, my guy, thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
You know, just keep doing your thing, my boy, and I'm proud of you, man.
Yes, sir.
So can you let everybody know, if they don't know, where to follow you at on social media, all handles that you're actively on?
Got you.
And one last thing, dude. Can you always? I tend to ask my guests this, man.
Yeah.
Send me 2 or 3 people. You know, you ain't gotta say them out on camera, but you can send me 2 or 3 people, unless you want to call them out. You're like,
I could call him
let's
out.
do it, man.
I'll
Give me 2
say
or 3 people.
we should get my boy DJ Tubbs out here.
DJ Tubbs,
I would
where you
say
play at?
he plays at Boston.
He's
He's,
at Boston
he's a
too.
freshman right now.
Okay.
So he'll give you more of like the up and coming.
Okay, I love it.
Exactly.
DJ,
Then I would
DJ
say
Tubbs?
DJ Tubbs.
Okay, you gotta connect me with him on social.
I'll connect you with him. And
Okay.
then let me think of who else. My boy Coach Ram.
Coach Ram, who is that?
He's lifting trainer from out of Huntington Beach. I'll
Okay.
connect you
I
with
think
him
I
as
saw
well.
you post him
Yeah,
on.
I'll
Yeah,
post
connect me. Yeah,
I'll
connect me
connect
with
you
him.
there. And then let's do my boy CJ Wallace, kicker out of Bosco.
Really? Give me a kicker. Let's
He's
go,
committed
man.
to UW. He could definitely because he lived in the East Coast for a while. So he could tell you that transition.
That transition as well too. My guy, let's do it.
Yes,
All
sir.
3 of those guys, let's get them on there. Can you let everybody know where to follow you at, man?
I'll say on Instagram at that dude Matt Will. On TikTok, Madden_Williams7. Twitter, Madden Williams 1. And yeah, just go follow, go support, follow my journey.
Absolutely.
Thank
We'll make sure we tag that in the comments below on the episode. You can find this full episode on YouTube at the APF Sports Show, IG APF Sports Show. Was it X now, Twitter, whatever it is, APF Sports Show, and TikTok, APF Sports Show as well. Thank you guys for joining us, my boy Madden. Appreciate you, my boy.
Thank you.
Let's go, man.